Hi everybody, I've missed you. I am starting my health tip of the day. Again, I took a break because I was in Bolivia for about 3 weeks. And when I came back, there was all this change and I needed to ground myself and focus on my self-care. And that is not uncommon when you come back from a big trip. So today I thought I would talk about 4 tips on how to ground yourself after you've had some change or if you have some changes coming up. So when I came back from Bolivia, I found out that I actually have to move. And one of my least favorite things to do in the world is moving houses. So thankfully, I'm only moving a block away and I'm staying in the same neighborhood, but unfortunately I still have to pack and move and change. So when there's big changes coming up and you've changed your reality, there are a couple of steps that you can do to build your change resilience. So the opposite of emotional resilience is rigidity, because resilience means bouncing back emotionally and physically from a situation that generally revolves around change. The opposite of that is being super rigid, and when change comes, you're incredibly disappointed and you don't bounce back. So yesterday, I was teaching about corporate resilience in the workplace. And whether you're in the corporate world or just your personal world, these are 4 steps that you can do today to build your emotional resilience. So people don't realize that emotional resilience often has to do with our physical resilience because we are a holistic being. And when I say holistic, we are physical, we are emotional, and then there is the spiritual world, which I like to say our soul food, what feeds our hope on a daily basis, right? And so to build resilience, you need to balance your physical world, which is your foundation. Are you getting your sleep? Because it's very hard to have emotional resilience when you show up the next day and you've only had 4 hours of sleep. Why? Because first of all, your insulin levels are not going to be balanced. People don't realize that when you're not sleeping, your insulin levels, which is your blood sugar levels, become extremely unstable. Secondly, it makes you grumpy. So you have to make sure that the foundation of your physical body is in check. So get your sleep. And sleep, again, I've said this in my previous videos, is a balance in your body. 7 to 8 hours is the optimal amount of sleep. When you get into 9 hours or you get less than 7 hours, you actually increase your chances of chronic disease such as stroke, heart disease, and diabetes. And also it opens your body up for infection. Why is oversleeping bad for your body? Because your body is made to move. Moving changes your mood, and people don't realize that. So, for example, cardio exercise actually builds white blood cells in your body. And why is that important? Because white blood cells increase your immunity. You want those white blood cells because it fights infection. So number 1, just to recap, to build resilience, both emotional and physical, you need proper sleep. Number 2, are you eating a proper diet? If you're not eating good and nourishing foods, and say you're waking up, you're drinking your coffee, you're eating a white bagel with jam, that is not going to fill your body with the whole fiber, the nutrients, and the minerals that you need to balance your body with nutrients and to feed your cells. So are you drinking your water? Are you eating your vegetables? Are you eating your fruit? And are you eating a balanced diet? Because if you aren't, again, you're not balancing those blood sugar levels that help you stay calm. So number 1 is sleep. Number 2 is proper nutrition. And number 3, this is when you go into the emotional. It is letting go of rigidity and embracing change. That is a really hard thing for a lot of people to do, especially if they need to control their environment. But again, the opposite of resiliency is rigidity. So if you consider yourself a micromanager of your life and of other people, One thing to foster resiliency is to control what you can control, and that generally is yourself and your self-care. So for example, practicing mindfulness or going to a yoga class that is restorative and relaxing, that is something you can control. Other people is something you can't control, right? Because you're not them, you don't inhabit their brain. So number 3 is controlling yourself and how you react to things. That helps build resiliency every single day. The 4th step is to practice mindfulness. And I've said this in my other videos under My Health Now on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find me there if you like this video. Number 4 is practicing mindfulness. And what mindfulness is being in the present moment with no judgment towards the situation and no judgment towards yourself. So for example, practicing mindfulness with this video would be to have your undivided attention listening to me and not multitasking. So an article by the Harvard Business Review stated that multitasking makes you at least 40 to 60% less efficient at the task at hand. And also research has shown that multitasking can actually lead to brain disorders. So you really want to focus on one task at a time, because multitasking is actually bad for your brain. It fragments your thought processes. I encourage you to research how detrimental multitasking is, and the way you build your mental resilience is to do a mindfulness practice, and that could just be a minute a day. So a friend of mine just introduced me to a book called Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics. So if you can't sit still, you might want to check out that book. And all you have to do is just put your timer on for 1 minute a day to start off with, and focus on your breath. You can even have a mantra. I breathe in, peace. I breathe out, calm. Something that just brings you to your breath. And if there's an invasive thought, don't beat yourself up. Again, mindfulness is non-judgment towards the situation yourself. Just acknowledge, oh, there's a wandering thought. I have to bring it back to my breath. So to recap, the 4 steps to build resilience is number 1, get your sleep. Number 2, focus on your nutrition. Number 3, control what you can control, let go of what you can't by really combating rigidity. And number 4, being mindful. So this video is a little bit longer than the others because I want to do a welcome back. I haven't been on a video for a while, and I missed you guys. So if you like my videos and my health tips, you can follow me on Instagram under My Health Now, that's M-A-I, Health Now, on YouTube, and of course on Facebook. So like this video and share if you think it would be helpful for you or any of your friends. Thank you, and thank you for following me, and thank you for helping me help you on your wellness journey. Bye-bye.